Hi, I'm Devon Franklin. My dad died when I was just 9 years old. My life could have turned out very differently, but I got blessed with a village of hope. These are all the strong, powerful, outspoken women of faith who have helped me become the man that I am today. I want you to hear our story, because no matter what you're going through, you are not alone. My village is now your village. Hear the healing. Receive your village.
Hey guys, it's Donna Jones, and I'm so excited to be back and ready to start a new series called Rooftop Conversations. But first, I got a chance to sit down and talk with Devon Franklin on his new project, It Takes a Woman, a great audio book. He partnered with Audible to create his memoir on his story and what it took for him to be raised in a time where he lost his father, and how his family, his aunts and his mother surrounded him and helped him to become the man that he is today. So check out my interview with him on Zoom. Hi everyone. Hi Devon in the village. So great to be here. So my first question is, well, there's two questions that I have. In chapter 9, Master the Game, you and your aunt Donna talked about a very important point. She stated, no matter what you have, no matter how much you achieve, no matter how great you become, you're still Black. How does that resonate with you in your life?
Okay, it was an awareness that, don't forget where you come from, and that we live in a country that no matter whatever level of success you can achieve at some point or another, the reminder of your race is going to be made present to you. So stay in touch with that. Right. And for me, that was really about just staying rooted, in what it means to be Black, and to not have a desire to transcend that, but to use that as part of my success, but to never forget, who I come from and who I am. And that was really how that message resonated with me, and why I wanted to share that, in the book, because it was how we were prepared to navigate in life. And I work in Hollywood, and it is a predominantly white industry, it's a predominantly white business. And so understanding that, and understanding to not shy away from being Black, own that. Right. I never was taught to look at it as a hindrance, but as a help, but only if it was acknowledged and nurtured, and not forgotten.
Thank you. The second question is, being part of the Board of Governors for the Academy of Motion Pictures, one of the things that you spoke about in the book is spearheading, making diversity and inclusion a requirement for Best Picture nominations, which was a first. How did that feel for you to be able to get that passed, and what did that mean for you?
It was great. It's an honor to serve, my, greater Hollywood community through serving as a governor on the Board of Governors. We have a phenomenal Board of Governors that represent every aspect of what goes into excellent filmmaking. And so to be able to serve and be a part of that is great. And to also be a champion for representation and inclusion is something that's a passion of mine. And so to be able to bring that passion to the Academy and to help the Academy make good on one of their pillars, or one of our pillars, has been gratifying, really gratifying. We still have a long way to go, long way to go. Yeah. But to be instrumental in that process was very gratifying for me. And again, a reminder that owning who I am and owning my Blackness can be an asset, and in that regard, it certainly was.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Devon. Thank you to the village. This was definitely an amazing session, and definitely much needed. This project was definitely much needed. My final question is, there's a lot of people right now that's going through so much, whether it's the pandemic, loss of job. There's so much happening right now in our society. Being a man of faith, and dealing with everything that you've had to deal with throughout your life, the loss of your father and so much more, I'm sure that we can't even begin to know. Was there at any point in your life that you felt like maybe you lost faith? And if so, how did you get it back?
I talk about it a little bit in this book, but I really talked about it more in Produced by Faith, my first book. That when I went to college, that first freshman year was really a time when, I would say I lost faith, but I was really trying to understand what it was I believed. And I think when especially with this book, when you listen to it, it really is a journey of faith.
Yes.
And the thing that is really important, and one of the reasons why it's really have been amazing to do this book, is that from a faith perspective, just because you have faith, the rain falls on the just and the unjust.
Yes.
And the rain falling is really not a symbol of having faith or not. It's the faith that helps our response to the rain.
Yeah.
And so, I wouldn't say that there had been a time when I lost my faith, but certainly, when it's like, well, God, why did you allow this to happen? And how do I reconcile that?
Yeah.
And part of the reconciliation, as I talk about in the book, is, going back in order to go forward. Like, how do I reconcile? Well, let me get greater understanding.
Right.
So part of the understanding is to go back and, open the wounds, and to really understand who I am, how I got here, by tapping into this, incredible natural resource of wisdom from mom and the village. So, that's a long answer to your question, but, the journey of faith for me has been an exploration and experience, and one that I'm still learning more about every day.
Thank you, and definitely, and I think I resonate with this because, even things that I've been through in my life, and I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, and, I think sometimes people really, go through things in their life and they really don't know why it's happening. And I think, that's sort of really a big point to kind of touch on, is that, how do you get through those things that you don't know why it's happening and why God is allowing this to happen. But I think everything does happen for a reason, and everything that you've been through has gotten you to where you are now. So thank you.
Amen. Thank you.